Hey guys, I hate to brag, but I'm outstanding in my field. No, actually, they're seriously this tall. They're pretty dang tall, and honestly, it kind of worries me. Like I said, this is my first time ever growing anything, and I've done a lot of research online, and from the looks of things, you don't really want tall beans. I know you risk a lot of wind damage, and well, let's hope we don't have any crazy wind. I know out west it looks like a lot of crops were damaged here in the last week or two, so I'm really praying and hoping we don't have any crazy weather that comes through, because these beans, although they do have a nice stalk to them, I don't really want them all laid flat. I apologize guys for the lack of videos. Not being farming full-time and not farming a lot of ground, I don't have a lot of content yet to put out. Like I said, we do have a few projects. I'm hoping going into fall here we're able to get on. Like I said, we've got the 706. It's going through a light restoration project right now. It's getting all new paint and some other mechanical stuff fixed on it. I got to do stuff to the big case. We got to service it, and it's got some issues in the transmission I want to pull apart and get that studied before next spring. And here the next couple weeks, I have a couple hopper wagons I need to get pulled out. I know I've got a few tires I need to replace on those, so we're gonna get those pulled up, get them cleaned up, and get those tires swapped out, so that we are ready to go for harvest. Get a room. It is, it's August now. The summer has really flown by, although I haven't been extremely busy with the farming stuff. I haven't been real consistent with the YouTube stuff. I'm gonna try to do better. As we get into fall here, it's definitely gonna get a lot more busy, as we're looking forward to harvest. As you can see, these are my soybeans for 2025, and I am out just walking the fields and doing a little bit of scouting. I would say the last time you guys saw me, these beans were a lot shorter. They've really come alive here in the last month. We were lacking a lot of necessary rains for June, and most of July we had not a lot of rain. I think we only had like 2 inches of accumulated rain in about a month and a half, and it wasn't until the last couple weeks that we actually got a few inches of good precipitation, and the beans have really come alive. And again, these are planted 30-inch rows. All I have is a 30-inch planter, so this is what we worked with. And they've really started closing up nicely. The canopy, I mean, we do have a couple troublesome spots down at the end down there, and on the other side, on the back side of this fence row, there's a little bit of grass coming through. You can see a couple spots over here, just a little bit of grass. We're not really struggling with a whole lot of weeds, so we're gonna let it go. I only got to spray twice this summer. I was really hoping that would be all I'd have to do, because let's be honest, the prices just aren't there. This fall, I think new crop prices around here are looking around $9.40 for soybeans, and at those prices I really need to have a record yield for this area, or I'm gonna lose money. And it's not like I was getting into this to make a lot of money. I've always wanted to farm, and here I am. But you know what? All in all, I'm just extremely happy with these soybeans. They are filling out with pods very nicely. Since I'm not farming a whole lot, I've got plenty of time to walk these beans, and I've been scouting for a lot of disease. I didn't spray any fungicide this year. As you know, I just couldn't make it compute, really. The math just wasn't mathing. Not enough to justify wasting the money on it, really. And it was so dry there for a month and a half that most of the guys around here all elected to not even bother with it, really. So, and so far we've got a long ways to go, but I haven't noticed any white mold or anything like that. We do have a little bit of downy mildew that I have noticed on some leaves. Not really a huge issue. I know there's nothing you can do about it, so we just won't worry about it. But everything else looks real healthy. Like I said, right here, got a little bit of grass coming through, but like I said, it's as long as we don't have a whole lot of weeds, which, like I said, there's really no weeds to speak of. Just a little bit of grass. Also, if you've been paying attention, I had a new field entrance put in here a few months back now. It's a 40-foot entrance, just so we can get the larger headers for the newer combines in here. I'm going to have a neighbor friend of mine. He's going to do my combining this fall. So I thought I'd make it easy on him. Give him a nice open spot to come in here and open with his combine. All right, now we're going to head back and check field number 2 out. Like I said, it was planted 15 days later than our front field. So there's a little bit of a stand difference. It's definitely shorter. I do feel like it canopied a lot faster. The weed pressure seemed to be a lot lower in this field. So, okay, here's the back field I planted. As you can see, only about waist high here. So definitely a little bit of a height difference, but like I said, there's a lot less weed pressure out here. Well, we'll just ignore this little guy here. We do have some grass, but you know what? You know, we got guys fighting water hemp and everything else. If all I gotta fight is grass, you know, I'm not gonna complain about it. This field butts right up to a big woods back there. So the deer have their way with this field. There's not much you can do about it. The bottom corners and the bottom outside rows, there's nothing there. But yeah, so this field's a little bit behind. So when it comes to harvest, I'm gonna try to schedule it to where we can harvest it all at the same time, hopefully in the same day. Whether that means the front field's gonna be extra dry, this one's gonna have a little bit more moisture to it, I don't know. But hopefully next year we'll be rotating to corn, and since I got this all worked up and everything, and I got the planter fixed, and hopefully that thing stays going good, we can have all the corn planted in the same day. So I guess another concern that I do have, guys, is I'm in my backfield here, and like I said, there was nothing applied on this field. I have no idea what there are for nutrients in the soil here, and I am afraid that we are going to run out of nutrients needed to supply these top nodes. I don't think we're going to have very good yields in this field. Maybe it'll surprise me, but we have very few pods on these beans. I mean, this plant here. Now, granted, they're 15 days behind the other field, but I mean, we have 2, 4. I mean, this one plant here only has 4 pods potted out on it. I don't know. The front field up there's 16, 20 pods per plant. So maybe this will surprise me with all the rain we've gotten in the last week and 2. Maybe it'll come alive, and we'll get these pods not abort, and they'll fill up, and maybe we'll make something of it. And guys, just for comparison, this is out of the front field. I mean, it is just absolutely loaded with pods, clear up to the top. Well guys, overall this year has been quite the learning curve when it comes to being a farmer. Like I said, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm just thankful and blessed that I was finally able to make that come true. The timing isn't what I had wanted or expected, but we'll make do. And yeah, I hope you guys keep following along. And like I said, there's more projects to be had this year. I just got to find time to do them. And hopefully I can capture my day or two of harvest here and show you guys all that entails on my small little farm. And I do have an agronomist coming out this fall. I thought it'd be a pretty good idea to have someone come out and at least tell me what I have going on in my soil. Give me some suggestions and recommendations as far as a nice fertilizer package going into corn, and whether or not I need to get that stuff pre-bought this fall. Sounds like everything's going to be going up again, so maybe that'll be smart to pre-buy my seed and my chemical for next year. Might save me a little bit of money, and maybe I could be profitable, so we'll see. But if you guys want, I could do a breakdown of all my costs this year, getting into it, including, you know, my rent and seed costs and everything. Maybe won't include all the equipment costs, because I've definitely spent a lot of money just to buy all the equipment that I need for the year. But I already have some things on the wish list for next year that I'd like to pick up, and maybe those can be their own videos in itself. So alright guys, I appreciate you stopping in, tuning into the channel, and again, leave a comment down below if there's something you want to see more of, or if you have any questions or comments, concerns. I'd love to hear everything you have to say. So thanks guys, have a good one.